Spiritual warfare, is that right? I don't know about you guys, but when I hear spiritual warfare, the first thing that comes to mind is hard times, negativity, demons all over the place. So I think when I hear spiritual warfare, if people are in spiritual warfare, that must mean that there are also people in spiritual welfare. And I have to ask you, what side, not are you on, what side have you decided to commit to? Because it boils down to a decision. Not one day, not for 12 years like high school and you get your diploma and you have it. This is work that we do daily. This is a life that you embody. So when you listen to people talk about spiritual warfare, you have to make sure you're listening with a filter on. Because a lot of the times, people are only talking about what they see. And what everyone sees does not apply to you. So when you think of spiritual warfare and it does not feel good, that means it does not resonate with you. A lot of people look at, for example, warfare. A lot of people look at struggle. A lot of people look at anger, disappointment. A lot of people look at these examples as negativity. And I want to talk about negativity, not too long. We don't want to get lost in it. But I want to talk about negativity in a way that you may not have heard before. Most of us know negativity as something that we do not want, right? We label it as bad when positivity is good, right? But when you look at a battery, you have a positive charge and a negative charge, which makes up that battery. So when I think about that example, I like to look at negativity and positivity as two components that work together. And matter of fact, I like to even go a step further. Instead of calling it negativity, I like to call negativity contrast. And this is really when we get to the meat of what we're talking about today. Because a lot of people call warfare, demons, negativity, anger, a lot of people call that bad. But I like to call it contrast. And this is what contrast is. Contrast is two things that are juxtaposition, which means that are in the same area, but are opposite of each other. In other words, you look at art, you look at photography. One of the things that is necessary for you to see art is contrast. Because, for example, if I had a white piece of paper and I had a white pencil and I wrote, you're not going to see the words. But if I have contrasting paper and pencil, you're going to be able to see the writing on the wall. So it almost seems like contrast is a tool that you use not only to let you know where you are, but to let you know where you are going. And I want to end this out with a little bit of a story. I was working at Costco 2012. I got into Costco. I came with the most energy, probably more energy than I have ever fostered at that time of my life. Very excited. I jumped through hoops like a circus animal. Let's just say after 3 months, after my 90-day probation, when you work somewhere, I got Employee of the Month, and I took that as a sign. Hey, this is really something promising for me. To make a long story longer, as a good friend has said, I did 5 supervisor interviews. 5 supervisor interviews. And I'll tell you on that first, the hummingbirds. On that first supervisor interview, I not only had all the qualifications already after 3 months, but I was told by the warehouse manager, the front end manager, Frank, if you're watching this, that I was the #1 pick. But they could not pick me just due to seniority. So, okay, 5 interviews, 4 interviews later, totaling 5. Over the course of 2 years, I never got it. I then saw people that were less qualified than me, that were even at the warehouse, at the store, working there less time than me, started to move up. So then I saw the contrast. Sure, I was a little bit discouraged. Sure, I was a little bit angry, I should actually say. But when I look back at it today, right, that was 8 years ago, I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for me not getting that position, not getting that supervisor position, because I can tell you I was going to be miserable. There was no way in heck I was going to be able to have a supervisor career at Costco and be happy, because apparently the universe, God, my inner being has a little bit more, or just a little bit different plans for me. So I only share that to say this, guys. You guys seen that meme, right? Where there's two diamond miners. So there's two diamond miners, right? One of the diamond miners went down 5 feet, right? And they found a diamond. So what did they do? They took that diamond, they turned around and they went home, right? They did it. But that other diamond miner, he went down 10 feet. And long and behold, he got 100 diamonds. So sometimes when you're digging and you go down 5 or 6 feet and you don't find anything, that's not negativity, right? That's not anything to be discouraged. But it's more so a sign for you to keep going and to keep not only believing in your path, but believing in your greatness, because there's something more in store for you. So when you keep digging, not necessarily through the negativity, but when you keep sifting and sorting through the contrast, step 1 of the law of attraction, ask and it is given, then that's when you really not only get to where you're going, but that's when the universe is able to deliver, I was going to say everything, but more than anything you can even imagine. And that's what we're doing here on this channel, and that's what we're conveying. We're spreading the message. We're not going to spread it through spiritual warfare. We're not going to spread it through this is over. We're not going to spread it through you don't eat meat, you don't raise your vibration. We're going to spread it through pure positivity. We're going to spread it through well-being, and we're going to spread it through love. That's it. I kept this one short for you guys today. I hope you are all having a great week. It's hump day today. At the end of the day, any negativity, anything that you have going on in your life that's unwanted, instead of pushing it away, don't even try to run away from it. If you can't understand, if you can't decode the contrast, then let the universe do it for you. Go do something else. Go read a book. You don't want to read a book? I probably don't want to read a book, because when I said that, I was like, damn, I don't want to read a book. So instead, go do something that you like, or go take a nap, or go meditate, because meditation subsides thought. When thought subsides, your vibration rises. When your vibration rises, you're synced up with God, aka the universe, and then you sift and sort through that contrast, okay? I love you all, forever out. And remember, no such thing as negativity. There's only positivity and there's contrast.